What's going on, everybody? This is Chris Classic dropping the couch vlog. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. If nobody tells you that God loves you, Christ loves you, and I love you as well, I'm praying for y'all. Hopefully you guys are praying for me as well. Make sure you subscribe to the Take It Home podcast where I talk about professional wrestling topics. Also subscribe to C3 Ultimate Wrestling. That is me and my wife's professional wrestling company. And we are going through a rough patch with management according to the board and dealing with them attacking us and our friends. But we are doing our best to get it back. May 3rd, press star 3, Dyer, Indiana, Harold's private venue. I go against Sam Knight for the final time because the loser has to leave C3 Ultimate Wrestling. I hate it had to be Sam Knight, but he stepped up to the plate to be stepped on. So, see you guys May 3rd. Tickets are available on Eventbrite, $5 off now. And once again, Dyer, Indiana, Harold's private venue, press star 3. I wanted to talk about 3 women who have been killing it as far as like wrestling in this story. And it is Jade, Cargill, Bianca, Belair, and Naomi. I'm going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly about the situation of what's going on. Especially, there were some things that I saw on Friday. I was just like, oh man, really? So let's talk about it. All right. I like all 3 of them. Individual, not even all together. I think Bianca has been killing it ever since she was even in NXT, and she's developed herself into a main event character and also a 5 tool player, as in she can do a lot of stuff. She's on a lot of billboards. She's on a lot of trailers. Raw on Netflix, I believe she's featured on there. Big things for her. A big face in the company and stuff like that. A great representative. I think she represents herself well. Naomi is a vet certified. I remember her in the NXT days, and I remember she was like runner-up. Caitlyn won. Then she was like a Funkadactyl with Cameron, and they were basically the cheerleaders for. He goes by Tyrus now, but he was going by Brodus Clay when he was signed by WWE. Eventually, she started doing her own thing, and then it went to her being in a trios with Sasha Banks and Tamina, and it was like Team Bad. I felt like they were the more popular, but they kept taking L's and stuff like that. And then the Feel the Glow stuff started popping, and then I felt like they should have utilized her a little bit more with it. She is a 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion because of Feel the Glow. I do feel like they could have did a lot more with it because nobody in WWE, let alone anywhere else, was doing something with Glow in the Dark and dancing and a techno raven thing. I think she was very consistent with it. I do think they could have did a little more with her. She's not promo heavy. It's not her strong suit. You can definitely tell. So I'm going to sit here and be honest about that because I do know a lot of people like to cap, and I'm not like that. Going to Bianca. Bianca is a lot better and more confident on the promos and stuff like that. I think she's hung with the best when it comes to it. So that's my take on that. Now Jade, she's the one who just showed up not too long ago. It was last year or the end of 2023 or whatever like that. I think she is the one that has potential. She still can crack a lot of ceilings and stuff like that. A lot of us knew that she needed to work on her wrestling skills because of the previous place she was wrestling at, AEW. They gave her a ceiling, and she was never able to crack that ceiling. I felt that they didn't want to make her the women's champ. They made her the secondary TBS champ and stuff, but they didn't want to. But the thing was, a lot of people was talking about her. They were doing a baddies thing and a lot of stuff. I think that she was like one of the most talked about wrestlers at the time in AEW. WWE obviously sees potential in her. That she still gets a reaction. A lot of people like her and stuff like that. She does need to work on a few things. Obviously, ring work still needs a little bit polished. I think the charisma that she has is very good. They don't have her promo a lot, but when they do, people listen. Like I said, a lot of polishing for sure. I think she has improved since going to WWE because they're not going to just let you do 2-minute matches or 5-minute matches. They're just not going to let you do certain things. They want to make sure that when they invest in you, you deliver. I'm not going to sit here and say it works out for everybody, but for the most part, I think she's been doing great outside of some of these things with an absence, and we're going to talk about that in this too. As far as the storyline is concerned, we all know that Bianca and Jade are 2-time women's tag champs, and then Jade was put through a car. Chicago language was put through a car, and basically she had to vacate. And Naomi stepped up to have the titles, and they wound up losing it to Raquel and Liv. And then Elimination Chamber. Long story short, Jade came out and she attacked Naomi. She put the paws and the feet and everything on it and whatever like that. And Naomi was eliminated from the Elimination Chamber. She didn't even throw a punch. She was too busy ducking and blocking. But still, then now SmackDown that just happened last Friday. Bianca was like, Naomi, tell me what you did. Did you do it? Did you do it? Naomi was like, yeah, I did it. I did it because I did it for you. I did it for Bianca. Just like Rikishi ran over Stone Cold allegedly and said, I did it for The Rock. I did it for the people and stuff like that. I know similar and stuff like that. And, you know, it was a lot of tears. It was a lot of yelling. It was a lot of grabbing of the shoulders. Did you do it and did you not do it or whatever like that? Bianca leaves the ring and then Naomi was like, y'all don't like me. I had your back. Nobody has my back. And I feel like she's a user and stuff like that. And then she called Bianca an ungrateful bee. And after she said that, crowd went a little crazy. Then Jade comes out, attacks Naomi. Like Naomi was running and then she got caught and then she got jaded. All right. So the good part is three women who I like, three talented women. And you can even say three talented black women that have something on the card that is very, very interesting, right? It's very, very interesting with the situation that they have because they're not done with the story. And like I said, I do not mind and I don't care really that I don't know everything. Like I can't sit here and say what's going to happen in the future, but that's why it's great to and be invested into a storyline because you don't know what happened. You don't know if there's other moving parts with it. You don't know if Bianca still has something to do with it. You just don't know. You don't know if Jade will crash out and attack Bianca. It is a lot of stuff. So I'm here for it. That's the good part. They having something that people are talking about and people are enjoying for the most part. But still, like I said, I think that all three of these women could pull stuff off. Mind you, Bianca is going against currently Io for the Raw Women's title. So that's also something that goes into the play. I think that WWE has done a great job with making sure people are on their toes about certain things. The bad. As far as this storyline goes, I don't think that, not to pull a curtain too much back, I don't think Jade should have attacked Naomi after that. Like, I think Naomi should have ran out. She should have been ran. Why would you want to fight somebody with a neck brace on? That's the bad. That's one of the bads. It's like, to me, sometimes you'd be like, oh man, I want to see them fight. Oh man, she was this close to getting it. Like, she should at least like grab the neck brace and then that's all she had grabbed and Naomi ran out or whatever like that. But nah, let's attack the lady with the neck brace. And I understand because she pushed her and she said she wish she pushed her harder. I don't know, I guess to go through the car a little bit more or whatever like that. Another part that's bad. Kayfabe in reality is just tarnished, and kayfabe is considered dead anyway. But the problem is when you have guys like The Rock be like, hey, I'm not The Rock, I'm Dwayne, so I can talk to you about the story that's going on and stuff. That's his way of trying to introduce people to wrestling, which I hate. And I told you guys I hate this before. But even now, with how, not even just The Rock, but how wrestling is in social media. Okay, for example, Jade couple months ago got pushed through a car or whatever like that, but she was still low-key posting on Instagram and stuff like that. She was still like posting on Instagram and basically modeling and taking breaks with her family and all kind of stuff. Like, she was still doing stuff, and it's like, why don't you just tell people what happened? Like, why don't you just tell people what happened with the situation? But yeah, going like with social media and stuff like that, it's different. Like back in the day, if it was a serious injury, you wouldn't hear from somebody because social media wasn't there. It wasn't people just taking pictures of people or recording, or people wasn't posting. Jade was consistently posting. Now, I'm not sitting here saying I'm blaming Jade for it because, WWE and a lot of other companies are more chillaxed about stuff. A lot of people are considering wrestling is theater, and to me, it's not theater, it's wrestling. So it's just like, okay, well, dang, we waited until you came out to an Elimination Chamber last week to do something, but dang, you could have said something. You could have tweeted or something. Just the reality of trying to mix kayfabe with reality and stuff like that. There are certain ways to do it, which is great, and then there's bad ways. But to me, I felt like this could have been a little better if Jade was not posting much. Maybe saying like she was healing from her injuries and stuff, but she was posting, and she did a promo, which I will be talking about in a little bit. The promo had nothing to do with the story, but it is something that is talked about. So that's a bad and ugly. The ugly is with Jade attacking Naomi on SmackDown. I feel like early, even though like WrestleMania is next year, that could be the blow off of the whole thing. I hope it's not. I hope it's not. It could be the blow off because usually it's like she should have got away. I felt that she should have got away. Sometimes that's like that just shows something, and I'm not big on that unless it's something that's just not invested. But that goes into the rumor mill. So now, like since Friday and Thursday or Friday, people are talking about Shayna Baszler and Jade got beef. Now, I don't know if this is true or not. Hopefully, it blows away. And also, you're gonna work with people you don't like straight up. Sometimes you're gonna work with somebody you don't like, but the job has to be done. Basically, they're saying that Jade told Baszler that she needs to learn how to work. Now, if Jade said that, Jade, you kind of wild because you need to learn how to work too. Now, if she was talking about like maybe charisma or certain things, maybe I could see that, but at the same time, the new person coming in, you got to watch it. Now, I know a lot of people be like, well, Jade didn't pay any dues. She didn't pay any dues to be talking to people like that and stuff like that, and how dare you? And I know that wrestling can be very hypocritical when it comes to allowing people in their quote-unquote locker room. And let's be honest, if WWE wants the worst person in the locker room, that's WWE's choice. So for people to try to talk about dudes, I understand it, but at the same time, who is WWE basically gonna defend more? Who are they going to support? And I'm not saying nothing against Baszler, because Baszler is also a wrestler that like grew on me. I wasn't a big fan at first, and it wasn't because of her allegiance and friendship to Ronda. I just didn't see it. I see it now. I do. So still, if Jay said that, I don't think that was right for her to say. This also stems from when they had that triple threat women's tag match, and Jay like tapped out, and it should have been the end of the match, but the match kept going. That was like one of Jade's worst matches, and it wasn't just her. I don't want to just see and be like that was Jade's fault by what happened in that match. A lot of people was missing stuff. A lot of stuff just didn't look that great, but still, it was just bad. So I don't know where it all stems from, but so they're saying there's beef with that. Then they're saying that Jade has other people have beef with her because she did a promo. It wasn't a WWE promo. It's still on her Instagram. And she was basically talking about all these women as wolves, and they're upset at what I have, and I lost stuff, and I'm going to persevere. You may not like it, but you're going to respect it. I didn't care much for the promo. She was covered in like blood on one scene, covered in tar. Like, it was a little demonic for me. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what it is with people's infatuation, especially women. People's infatuation of being covered in blood and black tar, like the symbiote. Like, I don't know what's the infatuation of being covered in venom and symbiote and all of that stuff. I just don't know, because there's a lot of women wrestlers for sure that have these kind of photo shoots, and y'all just want to bathe in tar and goop. Call avenues or something, but still, they're saying allegedly that a lot of people are upset with her saying that. I can see it, but at the same time, outside looking in, everybody not gonna like you. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh well, I understand where both sides are coming from, but at the same time, it is what it is. Jade still has time to grow. Hopefully none of the stuff is true to the point to where they won't let her wrestle at WrestleMania, or they're trying to punish her, because I can see that's probably why she attacked Naomi finally on SmackDown. So she attacked her on Saturday and then on Friday. I do think this was something they could have like spread out a little more, but still, that's just one of those things that like people think about. Like, okay, like WrestleMania, it's unpredictable season, so we'll see where it goes from here. I'm very, very interested. It's only ugly because if it's true, and it's ugly if it's not true, because people just got to get out of these rumors, man. They got to get out of these rumors. I say let these 3 women cook. Give them the opportunity. Naomi and Jade definitely got to throw hands. I don't know if there's a PLE before WrestleMania or whatever. I don't know if there's a Saturday night's main event before that, but I'm definitely, if y'all spin it right, it could be at WrestleMania. I got 2 nights. Like, let it happen. It's 2 nights. But let me know what you guys think of the storyline and the rumors. Let me know. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Chris Classic. Let's take it home.